Well, here in the past few months, I've talked a couple times about this mega structure they said that they've discovered out in space. It's rather close. It's only 1,500 light years away. And at first we had an astronomer from Penn State state that this could be an advanced civilization or the workings of the creation of something right in front of our very eyes. And just the mention of that, people wanted to throw out the word alien. And I think that that's a bad word to use because instantly in people's eyes, they think of little green men with big eyes themselves. The classic alien concept. When in all actuality, it should be life. There's life out there, a plethora of it, just like there is here on this planet, all across the board, all the way out there. And it's in my belief that there has to be some good out there. We're locked down here on this planet where we know evil has been pinned. It is here. It has been locked here. We see it on the daily. But I know good resonates in other people. I see it. So I know that there has to be good out there. It's only mathematically right and scientifically correct. There has to be a yin to the yang. So with all this talk, this star, KIC 8462852, it has drastic changes in the light. It doesn't match the pattern of planets or a moon or anything going by. And ever since these statements were first made, coming out of Penn State, the mainstream science wanted to bog it down like they always do. If they had it their way, they'll keep you in the dark forever. They would never want you to understand the true workings of space, our planet, any of it. Because then they lose control of you. But the fact is this. They're witnessing something going on out here, and they've hinted at it many times. And now we have an astronomer from Louisiana State University stepping up and saying the same thing. That these temporary fluctuations of light are so drastic and have no pattern whatsoever to them that whatever this is out here is revolving around this star, this small star. And I'm going to tell you flat out, I think they're building a planet. And they're not going to tell you this in mainstream science because that would give away the fact that there is a small star on the inside of our planet. And on the inside of most planets out there, they would have a small energy source, a smoky star, if you will. And I find it funny that all the legends speak of this. If you go, and through all my research, this isn't just, I'm trying to keep it as level as possible here with facts that I've seen. Like Venus, it has 2 holes in its poles, north and south. Other planets have holes in their poles, or crazy poles, like Saturn. Okay, how come they're not speaking about where those holes go? You can ping something like the moon with radar and hit it, and it will give you a sound like it's hitting glass. Or a vibration, not a thud, like it's solid. Even the experiments on this planet have shown that there's open caverns on the inside of this planet. But this is information mainstream science will never let out of the bag, because once you realize all this and the workings of the planet and the solar system and everything else, they lose control of you. Wouldn't it be amazing to know that there is a star on the inside of this planet? A sun, a small one at the core? And that there's life on the inside of this planet that's larger, that has always been there, and it's where advanced civilizations and missing civilizations throughout history have gone? It only makes sense that it would be the safest place to be. The safest. It would also make sense why stories like from Admiral Byrd of going over and entering Hollow Earth that have been documented, and why Hitler and all them went to the South Pole, to Antarctica to do the same thing. What did they discover exactly? Why did they go through all that trouble? Now you seem to have all the pieces here. You got to put it together. Like they're putting together this planet, I believe, around a star. I believe they're watching it, and they are not going to even reveal the splendor of it because it'd give away what's going on here. That's why they find butterflies out in the middle of the Arctic Ocean right next to this. This is why none of you are going to get there. It's why there's been an expedition launched year after year after year to get to the North Pole, Hollow Earth expedition. It's been shut down every time. Something to think about. At least open your mind up. It's a possibility. And until any of you get a camera crew and you go there or we get out in space, it's all going to remain up in the air. But I tell you this much. Some of the auroras that are constantly coming off these poles and seeing things like butterflies around the poles and all that and the other stories, it only makes sense. And I got to say that all the evidence is stacking up and pointing in that direction. You see, people wouldn't be surprised if it was explained from the beginning and you were being taught this in your school books and everything else. Problem is, it opens up everything and everyone that is in there that they do not want you to know. What do you think they lie to you about your history? Lemuria, Atlantis, everything. Oh, it's just a myth. You got to at some point realize you're being lied to, folks. Oh, I may not be correct on this. I may be, though. And until somebody proves it right or wrong, until we have the evidence, the science, the way to do it, to prove it to the whole world, it still remains in the air. And I think if you go looking, you might just find something that is going to leave you surprised. Anyhow, something to think about. And even if it's not going down here on this planet, it could very well be happening right now out there in space, and they know it. I'll leave a link. It's been Dabu7. Peace.